Teman-teman, sebelum nonton jangan lupa ya klik like, subscribe, and share.
Viewers, informasi berikutnya kita akan melihat keseruan aktor tampan Yoshi Sudarso yang bermain This or That bersama dengan Highend magazine. So just sit back and relax.
I have anxiety. This is not going to work well.
Meat or vegetables?
Oh, meat. Why? Protein.
Okay, next. Early bird or night owl?
Ooh. I think it depends. Early bird. I think these days I've become more of an early bird because of my kids. But also sometimes I'd like to get things done in the morning and then just kind of have the night to myself to doom scroll on TikTok or Instagram. Parah sih.
Dogs or cats?
Bunnies. Can I say bunnies? Okay. Dogs.
Acting class or gym class?
Ooh. Acting class. I don't know if I would take a gym class really because I like to just learn on my own with stuff, but acting class, there's always something that a new perspective that can be found with acting, depending on what their background is, etc. So that interests me a little bit more.
Okay, summer or winter?
Winter. Yeah, why am I moving to Indo? Winter, bro. I do.
Breakfast or dinner?
Breakfast. I love breakfast. I think, to me, and in my household, I always make breakfast generally, and so that's just always been my go-to. I like to be up early and make breakfast, and then so.
Protein shake or protein bar?
Protein shake. Easier to consume.
Strength or cardio?
Strength, easily. Going up the flight of stairs is already too much cardio for me.
Road trip or chilling at home?
Ooh, chilling at home. I'm a homebody, chilling at home. But road trip, because I know my wife would want to go on the road trip.
Okay, next. Jackie Chan or Jackie?
Jackie, because to me, his career path is more similar to what I would want. He's also the man behind the ideas, so and growing up, that's kind of what I've always looked up more to. Again, don't get me wrong, Jet Li's very good, but Jet Li was, in my opinion, he was inside the box amazing, whereas Jackie had thought a lot outside the box for a lot of the things, the movements that he would do. He created a lot of different types of movements that nobody had ever seen before.
Okay, Brad Pitt or Keanu Reeves?
Ooh, that's mean. Well, I've spent time with both of them, so I'm like, I know Keanu better, so I'm gonna say Keanu. Oh, interesting. Ooh, jahat banget. You know what? I will say Millie Mamet. Oh, wedding agreement. They have their places, right? Because to me, Millie Mamet is honestly the first time that I was able to do a project in Indo where where people believed I was Indonesian. You know what I mean? So to me, that was very important. Also, that one scene is never going away. Like every year, it'll go viral randomly with Isyana. But wedding agreement, because again, that is something that I think one of the biggest challenges I've had thus far, because of how much I had to learn for the one project. And you know, Mili Mamet was like a movie that was like, I think we shot it in like, my part was like 13 days, so it was so fast, it came and went. I didn't really feel it as much. Watching it, it was beautiful. But wedding agreement, I was with them for 3 months, and we went to Australia together. There was so much more memories that were built on that project. So, wedding agreement. Sorry, Ernest.
Okay. Power Rangers or bullet train?
Oh, Power Rangers. Because to me, without that, I would have nothing else. It was the beginning of my career, not just in the States, but here in Indo. It's what launched me here as well. And one of the coolest things, I've said it before in other interviews, but I don't know if we've said it here in Indo. My character, one is the first, Indonesian character. Well, he's not the character, is because they didn't specify. But I got to be the first Indonesian Power Ranger, which to me is very cool. But at the same time, my character was also the first character ever in Power Rangers that didn't have perfect English. Now, I'll be honest with you, that annoyed me at first because I was like, oh, you're gonna make the Asian guy not speak fluent English? But it wasn't an accent, right? It was just that he was just learning any language. So it was more of like he was a young child almost learning a new language for himself, because he didn't speak anything else before that. And when I did that, when the show finally came out, there was a kid in Brazil that we would get like fan letters, and there was a fan letter from a kid in Brazil who had moved to the States, and he was around 8 years old, which is around the time that I moved to the States as well, and he had broken English, much like how I did when I moved to America. And for 4 or 5 years, I was bullied for not speaking English properly. And he was basically saying that prior to the show, he was bullied a lot. And when the show happened, they would hang out with his friends at recess and they would play Power Rangers. And then they would say, oh, you get to be blue, you can be Koda, because you sound like him. And he got to be a part of something. He got to be a part of something even, without having perfect English. And I think if I had that when I was younger, my life could have been a little bit different, So to me, that will forever be the most beautiful story that I've ever received, and why it was important for me to play that character. Excuse me. So it meant a lot to play that character.
A hero or a villain?
Hero. Easily. You don't need an explanation for that. I played villains all my life when I was, in the States, so why would I do that now?
Okay, last question. Bersama or Keseruan?
Wow, you're going deep, girl. Bersama. Mostly because Bersama's already the top end of it, and he looks cool. And then Stingmon doesn't really have a cool top end. I guess he gets Bancho Stingmon, but yeah, let's say Bersama. Guys, that's been me. I appreciate you guys watching. Again, my name is Yoshi Sudarso, and thank you so much for having me, Highend Magazine.
Highend viewers, informasi tadi telah menutup episode Highend kali ini. Kami berharap acara ini dapat membawa Anda ke dalam dunia lifestyle first class. Anda bisa mendapatkan informasi selanjutnya di majalah Highend dan website www.highend-magazine.okezone.com. Saya Natasha Manuela pamit undur diri dari hadapan Anda. See you next time on Highend on TV.
Teman-teman, sebelum nonton jangan lupa ya, klik like, subscribe, and share.